Genesis chapter 38, verse 24. About 3 months later, Judah was told, Tamar, your daughter-in-law has been immoral. Moreover, she is pregnant by immorality. And Judah said, bring her out and let her be burned. Okay, so after 3 months, it might not show yet if the girl is pregnant after 3 months. I mean, it might, depending on, I know of people who get pregnant without even knowing it. That's very rare, but I have a friend, a Christian brother, a missionary brother from America, whose wife gave birth without her even knowing that she's pregnant. They didn't even know that. They thought the fact that she is not having a menstrual period, or a period, in other words, that she, it's just because of the birth of her first child, right? And so yeah, it's not always to say that a woman will going to show that she's pregnant, especially in another 3 months. It might not want to show. But what can be known is she is missing a period, and that might then that kind of shows, especially after 3 months. 1 month you might miss, 2 months, okay, 3 months sure not. So again, exceptions always happen, right? So she was unfaithful, and since she missed her periods, therefore, she's pregnant. Okay, and Jacob's reaction to Judah's reaction to that is like, she needs to be burned, right? As if Judah is this epitome of fidelity, he is cheating his wife forever, and his reaction to her then infidelity is she must be burned. I guess he would have been. This is very ironic. Sure, it's ironic. Who's he to speak? But at the same time, he was most likely very glad, because now he has a get out of jail free card. His son is set free now. He doesn't need to keep his word anymore. He doesn't need to feel bad about the fact that he hasn't given Shelah to Tamar yet as a husband. And as well, this now kind of proves that Tamar was the wrong one in the deaths of Er and Onan, when it was not the two. It was not Tamar, but the two of them. Okay, so all of this now implies, this is how he's seeing this. Wow, right? This is great news for me. But he couldn't say, oh yeah, great, that means my son Aaron and Nun was not in the wrong, wasn't sinners, but it was while Tamar was the reason for their death, and so I was in the right to not give Shelah to her as a husband, and now I don't need to give to her. She needs to be now burned. Okay, now later on, yes, it's going to be stoned to death, but the law would say as well, the one that she was caught with, or the one that led to her, that she was with, he needs to be killed as well. So both of them actually. Remember as well, again, the story of Jesus, and then the Pharisees bringing this woman there in John, which many people believe it ought not to be in the Gospel of John, because it was not in the first original manuscripts idea. I feel that the story fits perfectly where it is. But again, that is when we get to the Gospel of John. We will look at that. It's not the point here. But again, there as well, it's just the woman brought. What about, where's the guy that did it to her? Right, she was caught in the act, and they know who did this. Okay. Now, in this case, she wasn't caught in the act. They know she was just, she was now pregnant, so she was unfaithful to Shelah then. So that is kind of the problem here. But again, Judah is a get out of jail free card here. He can restore his pride, his family's respect in the eyes, because all the while it was not his family at fault. It was she who was the problem. Okay, so quick to get rid of her. Quick to this is a problem, a solution to his problem. All right, verse 25. As she was being brought out, she sent word to her father-in-law, by the man to whom these belong, I am pregnant. And she said, please identify whose these are, the signet and the cord and the staff. And now we know why she kept those things, why she left with it. Okay, now what would have happened if she didn't get pregnant by him? There was no way on this planet that she could know that she's now that she could plan the best time of the month for her to get pregnant. Okay, to go. I mean, maybe because Judah would have been maybe a couple of days coming to the sheep shearer, so she could have waited kind of a couple of days where she knew. But what ifs, lots of what ifs, we don't know. It was not going to work like this because ultimately God is in control of this. But yes, sure, if she did not get pregnant immediately, I mean, sometimes it does happen and sometimes it doesn't happen. Then what then? Then she would have just had this stuff, but no. But still, if she didn't get pregnant and they found out that she was infertile, then they would have still found out that it was with Judah, and then Judah still ought to have taken then and understand that he was wrong. So in whichever way how this would have played out, it would have played out that she's right, he's wrong, and he would have known it. But the added pregnancy is just going to make, well, things a lot worse for Judah, that is. Because as well, again, that will prove that she's now pregnant and that she wasn't the guilty one, that and Onan, that they were the guilty ones. Because if they were not guilty, then she would have gotten pregnant from them, but she didn't. Okay, so all of these things plays in and shows ultimately that she is not guilty. Right, at least this is how Moses is painting the picture. So I just want to again say that two wrongs don't make a right. Right, but Moses is trying to paint this picture here, or to inform the readers that actually Tamar she has a moral right behind her, while Judah and his sons, they had the moral wrong here. Okay, so yes, now the stuff she has then, this was the plan all along, brilliant plan, and so she sends it and you check to whom it belongs. So in other words, the one to whom it belonged, he was the one with her, had intercourse with her, and so he ought to be killed as well. I mean, and if he wants her to be burnt, then he ought to be burnt as well. Okay, so now she's sending it to him, and let you identify your own guilt. Verse 26. Then Judah identified them and said, she is more righteous than I, since I did not give her to my son Shelah. And he did not know her again. Okay, so yeah, he saw, this is mine, yeah, sure, this is mine. All my sickness, this is mine. And she's more righteous. She's not righteous, but she's more righteous than what he was. Okay, and the reason why, because I am guilty. Why? I did not give her my son. I promised her, this is how it's supposed to be. He is supposed to get married to her. He is supposed to raise offspring. That is the culture of the day, and that is the law of God as well. Be fruitful and multiply and have offspring. And he broke all of those. He broke the cultural laws, he broke the religious laws, he broke it all. Ultimately, because of selfishness, fear, ultimately selfishness behind all of this. His own love for himself, and sure, not love neither for God nor for her. And so therefore, yeah, she is more righteous. She's not righteous, but she's more righteous. He is totally wrong. I mean, I don't think any righteousness really here in Judah in this whole story. And Moses is clearly not drawing the picture here like as if Judah has any kind of justification for what he did. There's no justification for what he did. He was just plain in the wrong. And Moses is very clear about it.